I think Britain have no right to complain about immigrants. So according to my United Man, Britain is currently being invaded.
And
He's not happy about it? He's complaining bitterly? Well, the problem about this whole immigration problem, I think, was caused by these Europeans who are gleaming the rest of the world. Look at Britain, look at our trusted Britain ports across the whole world. At a point, Britain was controlling, I think, almost half of the world. They invaded countries, colonized countries, unalive innocent people, enslaved others, and today Britain is complaining about immigrants. When one of the Gaddafi was alive, you know, Libya was the utopia of Africa. Many Africans went to Libya. They worked, they got money. Most of them had no interest in traveling to Europe. So a lot of Africans, when they go to Libya, they decide to stay and work, make money, go back to their Arira countries. Oh, you said Muammar Gaddafi was a dictator? No. Has Britain forgotten the role they played in taking out Mohammed Gaddafi? No. Have you forgotten about what Tanil bled? Look at Iraq. Iraq was the best country. In fact, their standard of living under Saddam Hussein was better than most, or if I'm not afraid, I'll even say the whole of, the Arab world. At the time of Saddam Hussein, things were actually going well for them. You lied. You said they had weapons of mass destruction. You went in. You described the beautiful country for no reason.
no,
Hey, a lot of Iraqi people have become immigrants because things are not going well. You caused it. If you had let Saddam Hussein in power, they would have managed their own affairs. They would have stayed in their own country. They wouldn't be walking around the world. They wouldn't go to Europe. If Europe had not started the new colonial projects in Africa here, after giving Africans so-called independence, almost all the leaders who wanted the best for Africa, you took all of them out. Prime Nkrumah, you was industrializing Ghana. In fact, at the time of Nkrumah, there were more than 100 factories in Ghana. By then, Ghana population was even less than 10 million. A lot of Africans came to Ghana to work from all over Africa. Things were actually going well in Ghana. So what the first took in Africa to create the biggest money dam, that was something dam, were electricity. Ghana was industrialized at the very first days. What happened? What did you do to aside from getting well? If you had allowed Ghana to industrialize, I don't think Ghanaians and many West Africans would have thought about living with Africa to go to you. Well, guys, let's talk about the Middle East. So today, according to the Washington General, the United States is preparing to send another aircraft carrier to the Middle East. So clearly, the United States is preparing, again, for war. Remember, these are the same thing they did in the Caribbean when they were planning the operation against Venezuela. They sent aircraft carrier, he sent warships. Yes, this is exactly what he did. Now, Iran is also closing, they are, armed entrance to the nuclear facilities in the country. Remember the B-21 incident in the 12 Days War? The T-21 attack on Iran, the only thing they were able to destroy was the entrance of the nuclear facility. I've studied before that. Guarantee, there is no missile in the SNS of Uncle Sam that can penetrate deeper into Iranian nuclear facilities. They are deep down, and these bunker blasters cannot reach them. Note that 4 days ago was not the first time that the bunker blaster was being used. Remember the war between Hamas and the Israelis? The Israelis used this bunker blaster missile a lot, but the food to penetrate to where Hamas win, because they're deep-teeped. And that guy. One thing we all learned from the 12 Days War was, Iran cannot be underestimated. They have a lot of military capabilities. They have demonstrated over and over again that they can have some military bases in the Middle East. And this is not even something that they were struggled to do. One thing we all learned from the 12 Days War was that the aliens have a lot of missile capabilities, are more than capable to strike, and because some military bases in the Middle East, we also widely did to their biggest military base in Korda, they were able to hit it. And because some defense systems were not able to intercept their missiles, even with Israel. Remember what they did against Israel? Yes. In fact, they were able to hit targets inside Israel. Nobody thought that Iran could do something like this against the Iranians, because for so many years, he had the Iron June, the Patriot, but, you know, in the 20th world, we all realize that the Patriot and the Iron June have their own vulnerabilities. The Chinese also give the Iranians intelligence. Currently, An-Qassam is moving some of the equipments in the Middle East. We are repositioning some of them. So they saw this through satellite imagery, and they informed the Iranian. One thing that I've learned about Iran is they don't like a lot of outside interference. That is one thing that has been about them. So I know some people be asking, what is China doing? What is Russia doing? And China, Russia will only help you if you ask them to. Now, in the clothes that the Putin came out and said Iran had to ask for help. And the Russian have a policy of not interfering in other countries' affairs if they are not invited. And one thing that I've observed about the Iranians is they want to do everything on their own. I don't know why, but that is one thing that I've learned about them. So the point is, Iran is not going to be a walk in the park. If anybody think that Uncle Sam is going to go into Iran and, you know, do whatever they want and come out, you know, unharmed, then I think you're making a big mistake here. Iran, if not a pretty swallow. Iran is a big country with over 90 million population, and they have demonstrated over and over again that they are a force to reckon with in the Middle East. In fact, they have a lot of proxies. Note, the Houthi belongs to them. Hamas belongs to them. Yeah, these guys in Lebanon. Hezbollah also belongs to them. In fact, Iran is an important country in the Middle East. Iran ensures balance of power. Once Iran goes down, then that means the whole of the Middle East. It's got controlled by Uncle Sam. The Chinese knew this. The Russians knew this. And for so many years, they've tried to help the Iranians. In fact, Iran and Russia have a military contract. Iran is being held by Russia to produce most of their missiles. Russia is helping them in that. That is the main reason why Iran, you know, decided to also give their kamikaze drones. Well, if you like this video, please subscribe and comment.